Thank you for joining me today at Butter for All. I'm here with one of my most popular recipes, Probiotic Mayonnaise. This is a healthy mayonnaise that you can make at home, and the reason that I wanted to demo this mayonnaise is because so many people tell me they're intimidated by making mayonnaise at home, but I'm going to show you how simple it is. It takes 6 ingredients and it comes together in a few minutes. So you can definitely do this. So the first ingredient that you're going to have is 1 pastured egg yolk, and this is actually from a friend's backyard, which is really nice. I don't have my own chickens at the moment, but I love to keep chickens, so that goes right in. I've got 2 tablespoons of raw whey. Now this whey came from my raw milk yogurt, which you can find on the blog, but you can also use whey from kefir or from store-bought yogurt, and you can find the instructions to do that on the blog. So 2 tablespoons of whey go in. This is 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, an organic yellow mustard, just the simple yellow mustard. This makes it a very American style mayonnaise. Got my finger there. And I've got 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. It goes right in. 2 teaspoons of salt. And the next step is to blend it up. Now I'm going to use my handheld blender, which I have here. I love this tool. It's a great tool for making salad dressings and everything else under the sun. So I use it all the time. And I'm just going to blend it on speed 1 until it's frothy. And excuse the noise here. So you can see it's starting to kind of come together and get frothy. It's a really nice yellow color. We just want to make sure that all the salt is incorporated before we start adding the oil, because salt is actually, it heats up a little bit and it makes the yolk curdle. So we just want to really make sure that it's good and blended before we start adding the oil. And you can see it's starting to get thick. Now hopefully this will take a whole 1.5 cups of oil. This is avocado oil, and it's a nice healthy oil, so I'm going to start adding that really slowly. And I'm just going to kind of stir it as I add it. Make sure it's all getting incorporated. Now this process is called emulsification, and that's when you have an emulsifying ingredient like egg yolk. Mustard is also an emulsifying ingredient. And you're adding oil to it. The oil suspends in the emulsification and it makes a really nice thick sauce. So you can see that it's starting to kind of lighten in color. That's the oil emulsifying into the sauce. And it's getting nice and thick. I want to make sure that I get all of the oil incorporated. You don't want to leave any of it laying on top, because that will actually break the mayonnaise, which means that it will contribute to the separation of the mayonnaise. And I'm just going to continue to blend it until it is nice and smooth. I'm going to try to get the rest of this oil into it. This is kind of tricky. You don't want to put too much oil in. For 1 egg yolk, 1.5 cups is probably the maximum. 2 egg yolks can take more oil. So you can see it's really thick. I'll pull this out here so you can see how it's just hanging off of the blender. I'm going to just continue to blend it now. And make sure that it's completely incorporated with no pockets of oil left anywhere in the cup. Okay, so that looks really good. I'm going to give this a little tap. Excuse me. It's kind of a loud tap. And I'm going to scrape off the remaining mayonnaise here, as much of it as I can. So I don't want to waste any of this mayonnaise. Now what the whey does is the whey just contributes to making this probiotic. So whey is a fermented product, and it will add some beneficial bacteria to this mayonnaise. But what it also does is it preserves it a little bit. I've never had a batch of this mayonnaise go off. Sometimes it breaks if it's left in the refrigerator for too long. We usually eat it within 2 weeks, usually a lot quicker than that. You'll be eating this on your sandwiches, dipping veggies into it. I love it with roasted potatoes. And you can add other things to this too. So at this step, if you wanted to add some garlic or some fresh herbs, dill happens to be one of my favorite things to add to this mayonnaise, then you can do that. Anyway, the whey is going to preserve it. It's going to increase the shelf life, and it also acts to thin out that egg yolk a little bit so that you can get more emulsification, more oil into it. Now I'm just going to pour this, or scoop it, into my jar for storage. And you can see what a lovely texture it is. Nice and fluffy. And it's a beautiful mayonnaise color. And it's so fresh and so delicious. I know you guys are gonna love this. So that's how simple it is to make mayonnaise at home. Look here, I have a whole pint of fresh mayonnaise that I'm gonna eat on everything. I'm gonna take it camping with me. I'm going to use it when I barbecue. I'm gonna put it on my sourdough bread, and I'm gonna really enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was a quick, short, easy recipe brought to you from Butter for All, and I'm Courtney. And if you liked this recipe, make sure you subscribe if you're watching YouTube, because I have a lot more recipes coming up that I can't wait to show you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you soon.